The village of Sundapur was known for two things: its golden wheat fields that stretched like a sea under the sun, and the legend of the Silent Saint, a wise old man who never spoke but always gave the best advice. 12-year-old Rohan, however, cared little for legends. His problem was much simpler. He was tired of being poor. His father, a humble farmer, worked day and night, yet their meals were still just one roti with salt. Rohan wanted more food, more respect, more everything, and he was convinced the world owed it to him. One evening, as Rohan stomped through the market, complaining loudly about his tattered clothes, an old woman selling spices chuckled. "If you want so much, boy, why not visit the Silent Saint? They say he grants wisdom to those who seek it." Rohan scoffed. "Wisdom won't fill my stomach." But the woman's knowing smile unsettled him. That night, as hunger gnawed at his belly, he decided he would find the saint. If the old man had any real power, Rohan would demand his share. The journey to the Silent Saint's hut was long, through dense forests where the wind whispered secrets. When Rohan finally arrived, he found the saint sitting under a banyan tree, his eyes closed in meditation. "Old man," Rohan shouted, "I need money, land, a big house. Give me what I deserve." The saint didn't move. Frustrated, Rohan kicked a pebble. "Are you deaf? Speak." But the saint only opened his eyes, pointed to a wooden board beside him, and resumed his silence. The board read, "Be silent and you will receive." Rohan's face burned with anger. Was this a joke? He ranted about his struggles, his father's failures, the unfairness of life, until his throat grew hoarse. Exhausted, he slumped under the tree. Hours passed. The saint didn't speak, didn't move. Just as Rohan was about to leave, defeated, a wealthy merchant arrived, panting. "Saint, my purse of gold coins fell somewhere in the forest. Help me find it." The saint pointed to Rohan. The merchant's eyes lit up. "You, boy, help me search, and I'll reward you." Rohan's greed flared. Gold coins. He scrambled up, ready to demand half the treasure. But then he remembered the board. Be silent, swallowing his words. He simply nodded. For hours, they searched in silence. Finally, Rohan spotted the purse tangled in the roots of a tree. The merchant, overjoyed, pressed 2 gold coins into his hand. "Your silence made you focus." "Thank you." Rohan stared at the coins, stunned. He hadn't even asked, yet he'd received. The next morning, a different surprise awaited. A village elder arrived, weeping. "Saint, my son is gravely ill. The healer needs rare herbs from the mountains." The saint again pointed to Rohan, clenching the coins in his pocket. Rohan almost refused, but he bit his tongue. Silently, he followed the elder. The climb was brutal, but Rohan's quiet determination kept him going. When they returned with the herbs, the elder embraced him. "You saved my son's life. Take this. It's my family's fertile land." Rohan's eyes widened. Land is father's dream. Years later, Rohan stood in front of his own thriving farm, watching his workers harvest wheat. His father, now healthy and proud, squeezed his shoulder. "You never told me how you turned our fate around." Rohan smiled, recalling the saint's lesson. "Sometimes, Baba, silence speaks louder than demands." The wind rustled crops, carrying the echo of an old legend. The one about a boy who stopped shouting and started listening, who learned that greed screams, but patience receives. Moral: the world doesn't owe you anything, but if you quiet your demands and focus on action, life will reward you in ways words never could.